but Lucian just ignored him, sweeping his gaze over the dance floor. He appreciated a shiny investment as much as the next dragon, but he was only here to make an appearance. The rampant sexual energy of the place stirred his blood in a way that was painful. His own needs had gone unsatisfied for far too long. Spending time in a room like this, filled with warm, pulsing bodies and a heady pheromone cocktail. It was mostly humans and wolves, but Lucian caught a whiff of dragon even before his brother Leonidas stepped out of a dark alcove and into a white-hot spot of light on the dance floor. "Please excuse me," Lucian said to the bar owner. Then he turned his back on his brother and strode away from him, toward the entrance. "Right, of course. Great to see you. Please stop by." The drone of his voice was swallowed by the music. Lucian's path to the door lay through a myriad of bodies clutching drink-filled glasses in sweaty hands. Even with half of them shifters, he towered over them. His glare had the intended effect, an unconscious shuffling out of the way of the predator in their midst. But it wasn't fast enough. His brother caught him at the end of the bar. "You made it," Leonidas said from behind him. Lucian debated ignoring him, but turned to face the bar instead. He signaled the bartender, a pretty petite blonde woman who was thoroughly human but had the scent of at least 2 shifters on her already. "Double scotch. Neat," he ordered. Leonidas leaned into the bar next to him, propping his elbow on the blue glass and grinning. "I hope you don't mind, brother, but I started without you." "Obviously." The bartender had set a glass tumbler filled with amber fluid before him. Lucian downed the scotch in one swallow. Alcohol had minimal effect on him, even in his human form, but he hoped the alcohol burn would mask the smell of the club, his brother, and the scent of the willing females that hung on everything. They were so easily drunk on shifter pheromones, the most potent of which was dragon. It was clear Leonidas had already done more than taste his first human of the night. And she surely wouldn't be his last. His brother grinned. "Go on, Lucian. Pick one. They're ripe for the taking tonight." Lucian signaled for another drink. Leonidas sighed, turned to face the bar, and ordered a drink of his own. "You really must break this streak you have going. It's not like the crown can pass to the spawn of these loins." He gestured to his cock, already well used for the evening. Thankfully, he'd remembered to zip. "Just take someone for the night. Get back in the game. You're worse than our brother with this." "Where is Lexander?" Lucian asked. The 3 brothers had been born minutes apart, but they couldn't be more different. Leonidas's endless sexual appetite was, in fact, normal for a dragon. Lucian felt the same raging need, but his past drained any encounters with humans of the pleasure they should have. And Lexander, well, he had his own obsessions. Leonidas downed half his scotch before answering. "Lexander is where he usually is." "Not again." Lucian finally turned to read his brother's face. His normal smirk was replaced by a grimace. "Oh yes, again. I really don't think he's going to give up." Lucian shook his head and finished his drink. He would entertain thoughts of breaking Lexander of his bad habits, but Lucian was smart enough to know the foolishness of that. Besides, it would only end in bloodshed. Probably his own. "Come on, Lush," his brother said, voice light again as he gestured to the undulating bodies on the dance floor. "Any of these beauties would fall in love with you in a single night." "Fuck off." His brother should know better. The last thing he wanted was to revisit the images and the screams, all the things that would be resurrected if he found himself in the arms of a woman again. "Sue yourself," Leonidas rumbled a deep growl, drained his drink and strode off into the crowd, no doubt seeking another release as soon as he was ready. Which for dragons was no time at all, not in this pheromone-infused environment. Several of Lucian's top lieutenants were doing the same. The House of Smoke was well represented in the club tonight. There was no need for Lucian to follow suit. He had talked to the owner, paid his respects, made an appearance. Nothing more was required.